Say go again.
Salam, guys. How you doing? We'll be with you very, very shortly. I hope you're all ready for this amazing show that we've got lined up for you today.
Salam, guys.
So let's kick it off. All right, just one quick word from Sajjad Tharu.
My name is Mohammed Sajjad Tharu. For Ramadan Relief, I'll be doing a multitude of sports. Hope to be doing some cycling, a little bit of running as well, and probably a lot of walking as well, which is my go-to in Ramadan when I'm getting a little bit low on sugar and feeling a bit tired. Walking is probably my go-to. My journey into cycling is a really interesting one because I didn't know how to cycle as a kid. I only started riding a bike 2 years ago. I actually took a lesson in a park to go and learn to ride a bike. And the fact that, I was able to learn within a couple of hours of taking a lesson was something that I'm really happy and proud about. It's been a wonderful opportunity to get on a bike and keep fit as well as socialize with other people as well. The aim of Ramadan is really about personal growth. There is great emphasis on the spiritual element of Ramadan. Coupled with that is your physical aspect as well. Both go hand in hand. Yes, the days are long, the fasts are hard, but just doing a little bit of exercise every day just keeps you ticking along in Ramadan and ensures you maintain a good level of fitness when you end the month, and then you really can kick on from there. For me, Ramadan is not really about regressing in the physical aspect. It's about maintaining a balance. And yes, we can enjoy the food in the evening. It's also about maintaining good health in the food that we eat, as well as taking care of our bodies as well in terms of exercise.
Salam alaikum, guys, and welcome. I'm Sayyid Muhammad Jawad, and I'm joined by the great Shafiq Ghavani.
Assalamu alaikum all. Welcome this Friday evening to our show.
Bro, can you do me a favor? Can you just smile?
No.
Why not?
I'm natural. Like this.
What, you're naturally non-smile. You're smiling right now.
I'm not, but not against the camera.
So just to let you know, okay, we've got a few people on this show here today that refuse to smile. And by few, I mean mainly two people, okay? One is this dude right next door to me, and there's another one that we're going to be introducing, okay? So today, I just want to first and foremost thank you very much for giving us your time on a Friday evening. I mean, let's be honest. You haven't got anything better to do, right? It's like lockdown. What are you going to do? Go out for a park run maybe. Which is the whole point of this, right? Going out for a park run.
Absolutely. Straight after the program. Midnight run, isn't it?
100%. Yeah. We'll see you there, We've got our chai. Make sure you bring the cake and the mandazis and everything. And we'll be enjoying. So today we are joined, okay, by 4 other people. And these guys are amazing. I'm confident that you all know who these people are. The first person that I'm going to be bringing on board and introducing is another replica of Shafiq. Okay, basically this guy refuses to smile as well. I would like to welcome Ali Momin. Salam, she's smiling.
Salam, Sayyid. I had to prove you wrong. That's
brilliant, bro. I think it's good to see that at least you came up to the challenge to smile, and you got to smile more. Doesn't he have a beautiful smile, mashallah?
Yeah, Ali. I think what the whole thing is going to pan out in us having a separate competition.
Yeah, probably. Who smiles the least?
Exactly. The smile challenge.
The smile challenge.
You know about the smile challenge, yeah?
Oh God.
We were at the Unity in Dubai, and all of a sudden there's a video going around there called the Smile Challenge, and everybody's coming up to me from Dubai and from Mombasa and from Toronto and trying to make me smile.
Oh God. Anyway, lovely to be here, guys.
Brilliant to have you here. Now we're also joined by a sister who's done some amazing work for SJ Ladies. Let me introduce you to Sabiha. Sabiha, assalamu alaikum and welcome.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, I'm so happy. We're both happy that you're here today, to actually join us for this chat. I mean, how are you feeling? You good?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting cracking with Ramadan Relief.
Excellent. Now, I think we all know who the next person is, okay? You've heard his nickname many a times. You may have even seen him, but all you would have seen is a flash. His name is Imran, the Iron Legs Mamdani. Salams.
Alaikum salam. Thank you for the kind words, Syed.
No problem, bro. I've got to say, okay, look, how is it possible, okay, that you can go so fast? Is it the fact that you're really aerodynamic?
Well, maybe because I'm this small.
Oh, explosive power, bro. Explosive power. That's what I could say, you know. Now I would like to introduce you to a sister who is very, very inspirational. Kind of makes me want to get out of my chair and go for a run as well and get rid of this big belly, you know. I'd like to introduce you all to Sakina. Assalamu alaikum, Sakina.
Alaikum salam. How are you?
I'm not bad. How are you doing? You good?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. Now, guys, before we get cracking, okay, I've got to ask you all one thing, and I want your honest answer. I mean, do you promise me that you're going to give me your honest answers here?
Promise,
Yes.
I'll give you my honest answer.
Depends what the question is.
Oh, there you go. This is a perfect diplomatic answer, right?
Well,
Okay?
You know, Sabiha was the ex-chairlady of Simon.
A very balanced approach, okay? So this is basically mainly aimed at Sakina, Ali, and Imran. After the launch video came out, how many autographs did you have to give?
0.
Oh,
Yeah, same.
oh, Imran.
What's an autograph?
Brilliant. While we have Imran here, we are talking about the launch video. Now, I'm sure all of you guys have seen that launch video, and I just want to say personally, thank you so much for the amazing support you've shown us. Just with that video, you know, alhamdulillah, it's got like thousands and thousands of views, and we really didn't even expect that. So thank you so much. But there is something that you guys didn't see behind the scenes. Something that happened, okay, that kicked off a chain reaction, and that chain reaction will be shown in the coming few weeks. But there's one thing that I want to show you now. Imran, are you okay? You seem a bit squirmish there, bro. You're right.
Go for it. Go for it.
Watch
Anything
this.
for SJ.
Watch this.
Hungry.
Right here.
Right here.
And the most shocking part is, whose phone was that?
Sorry, that was me. Sorry. Sorry. Oh shit! It's pinging my phone. Where's my phone?
It's yours.
Your phone is pinging.
Yeah, instead of pressing silent, press.
Uh,
You had to do it, didn't you? You had to.
I told you, man, today, yeah, this is no holds barred, right? For everyone watching at home, last night we all had like a little bit of a meeting, okay? And I was open and honest with everyone, saying that, listen, anything goes here today, so be prepared for whatever comes your way. And these brave souls still agreed to come on, so I applaud you all. Now, there's
Hang on a second. Imran, was that your Apple Watch?
It was, yes.
It was. Same thing happened to me.
Oh, really? When?
Yeah, when I was doing an interview for the FA. And all
Yes,
of
I remember that.
in an intense conversation, Sabiha was there as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right? And all of a sudden, my Apple Watch says, I don't understand. And it threw me right off my track, right?
Yeah,
And
it is so distracting, though.
Sorry?
I was just saying, it is so distracting at that moment because you're in that mindset. You're completely in the flow, and suddenly, you know, something like that happens.
To keep
Throws
my
you off
composure.
completely.
you know what? Sayed, you know what the funny thing is about that story is that obviously not only did Imran lose his phone because you were really annoyed, but I think Sakina also lost her phone because I think she just chucked it as well.
I
She
just
thought it was her phone.
phone.
I heard about that. Ali was telling me that you were throwing them straight away. We're like, nope, it's not us. That was brilliant. But one guy, okay, who absolutely loves phones and tech and everything, and especially in this particular chapter I want to sort of mention right now, he spent a whole hour with me while he was running the Hujjat live stream yesterday. Shahid Ali Khaki, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you for your support. And without this guy here and without that amazing smile, this live stream wouldn't have been possible right now. So Shahid, thank you so, so much. Anybody that sees Shahid, yeah, just tell him a big Ya Ali Madad, yeah, when you see him. He's a proper big malung, isn't it? So he'll absolutely love that. So today, guys, we are sort of, I was about to say we are gathered here today, sounding like I'm about to start a sermon. That's yours.
That's my line.
Exactly.
You continue with your line.
I don't want to do none of these majlises, bro. So today, basically, what we want to do is to sort of take your live questions about Ramadan Relief. We also want to sort of talk a bit more about Ramadan Relief, what it's all about, okay, and sort of just go have a quick overview of what to expect, because this year we're doing something really, really special, and we've got some really, really big aims. Now, yes, we're obviously looking to raise money for 500 beneficiaries here in the UK, and we're looking to raise £12,500. But the main focus here is getting active as a community. How many times, okay, have we been to mosque? Okay, and generally have a think about this, okay? We go to mosque, okay, and you and I, alhamdulillah, are able to go and sit on the floor. But there are many people that I have to sit on a chair. Now, I, for one, having had my own health experiences, at the age of 70, and this is something that I credit to Mahmoud Maljik, and he instilled this in the base of the fitness group, that at the age of 70, do you really want to be praying sitting down, or do you want to be praying on the floor, getting up and down? Well, I know which one I pick.
Yeah,
you know?
No, absolutely. And I think it's a really good thought that we need to really consider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's why this Ramzan, okay, this initiative that we're introducing is amazing. Can I ask Imran to sort of introduce the initiative to us? What's it about?
Absolutely. So it's really simple from the outset. In addition to what you mentioned, Sayed, essentially what we realize is over time, over the last couple of years, I mean, Ramadan Relief's been going on. This is the second time that we had the privilege and we're blessed to run with it. Especially, you know, put into perspective the lockdown and the effects that that's had, in addition to our general lifestyle as a community. The one thing that we have realized, and we really need to take action and ownership of each of us individually. I mean, by all means, we're just facilitating this, but at the end of the day, it's the viewers, you know, the participants. The onus is pretty much on all of us to improve our lifestyle by focusing on, you know, by focusing on and encouraging, motivating, supporting every single member of our community, including ourselves, our families, our friends, to be active. And to do so, you know, we've kind of made it into a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Collectively, we're targeting to do 100,000 active minutes. Now, you know, like it's been explained in our videos earlier as well. You could walk, you could cycle, you could run, do whatever you can to get there. And obviously, the second part of it, and which is equally important, is to look around us. Just locally, you know, there are people suffering. Given the pandemic, a lot of people, you know, are out of jobs. They're relying on, you know, other resources. So this is our opportunity to step up and make a difference to other people's lives.
Definitely. And Sabiha, I've got to say that this is an amazing campaign, isn't it? You know, that we're running in. I know behind the scenes, the amount of hard work that you've been doing. I mean, tell us a bit more about it from your side. You know, what can people expect?
So I think from a lady's perspective, this is a really, really big thing. I mean, bringing walking, running, and cycling, these sports, you know, this time last year were pretty. I think running was non-existent in the ladies, and we've seen throughout this COVID period that these three kind of disciplines have been, you know, have really taken off for us. And it's amazing to see how many ladies and girls are getting involved. And I think, for me, this. While we've got this Ramadan where we're unfortunately again not able to gather together at mosque, this kind of initiative really brings the community together again. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody get involved, everybody cheer each other on, and everybody work together to raise money.
Excellent.
So you know, just spinning on to what you said, Sabiha, here, you know, I've been privy to the whole movement from the beginning when cycling started and running started, and you know, it's just been an exponential growth, really. Okay, and I know the community has got engaged and they see the results of the work that's been done by, you know, people like Ali and Sabiha and Imran. One of our newest members really to the team is Sakina. Sakina, what actually encouraged you to get involved in driving one of the departments and actually taking it from its birth stage up to where it is today? And I must say, it's a remarkable growth, to be honest.
Thank you. I'll say it was all because of Imran that I got jealous last year. That I cycle, but running is my sport. So I was like, okay, well, they're cycling and everyone's doing something good. Why can't we have running? And I was like messaging some coordinators saying that we need to have SGF running. And then I was like, yeah, okay. And then I contacted Sabiha and I said, Sabiha, why do we not have SGF running? And she was like, go ahead, you can start it. And that's how it started. So then I started from the ladies' side and then we contacted Ali. Like Ali was like, yeah, I'll do the men's side. So we just started at that time last June and we have grown immensely.
So
Nice.
the back end story to that is, so obviously Sakina got jealous because of what cycling was doing and contacted Sabiha, and I was on a run in Ramadan. I was coming back from a run in Ramadan, and Sakina's husband Arif called me, and he was like, "Why is there no running in Stanmore Jaffrey's?" And I was like, "I don't know. Don't bother me. I'm on my run. Just leave me alone." And actually, I got home and thought about it, and I was like, you know what? There are a small community of runners here, but there aren't that many actually, and it's another one of those, you know, traditional sports, maybe like cycling was 5 years ago, where people just go, we don't do it. Asian people don't run. You know, it's not good for you. It's bad for your knees. We don't run. And it felt like an opportunity to kind of, again, and the way Stanmore Jaffrey's has always done, is break down a barrier and take that entry into that next sport, really. And I still remember 5th of June, Shafiq, I emailed you. 5th of June, I still have that email.
Ali, I was actually going to come to that. You know, it's amazing how things actually crop up and how it grows. Yeah. Okay, and Ali, you're so right when you mentioned that email. An email came into my inbox, and I didn't have a clue who this Ali Momin is. Okay,
we still don't. We still don't.
Just from reading the email, I thought, you know, this is a genuine intention behind this. So, of course, I shared the email with my team. Abbas Mabiro knew who he was. Some of the other members knew. So we said, okay, fine, let's pick up the phone. We had a chat, Ali. There were a few email exchanges back and forth. And you know what? Within a few weeks, it was set up.
Wow.
It was there. The email address was set up for running. Ali had his vision extremely clear, laid out.
Yeah.
And he started building his team. And how many runners do you have today, Ali?
I don't know, over 100, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, mashallah.
Absolutely. And I think we saw the massive engagement in the February challenge. Okay.
100%.
Yeah. To the point that Ali actually got me engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know how many of you know that I'm a goalkeeper when playing football. And the reason why
not with a club like this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like this is, how can you do
now's not the time for that. Come on. Let's move on. Let's keep the conversation going, please.
That's like Ibrahim's comment. By the way. Yeah, absolutely. So coming back to my point, Syed, the reason why I chose to become a goalkeeper was because I didn't want to run with the rest of the team. That was the only reason. But you know what Ali has done with his team is absolutely amazing. You know, it's become a family thing.
100%. And this is the funny thing. And Ali, you mentioned this earlier, that as Asians, we don't run.
No.
We actually don't run unless we're running to get a visa or for biryani at a wedding. We don't run. How is it possible, okay, that we've got so many people? I mean, tell me one thing. When you're out running, how does it make you feel?
For me, it's I don't know what the best way to describe it is. It's like, actually, the way I describe it to some people is if the NHS knew how much money it was saving, it's like a drug. It's like, for me, it's just like a mental release, you know. I do my work, I spend time with my family, and then I go for my run, you know, whatever, half an hour, and that's my time. And I just use that time to think for whatever I want, really. It's just like, for me, it's mainly a mental release. It's just literally, if the NHS could prescribe it as a medicine, I mean, its value would be phenomenal.
I mean, Sakina, somebody like me, I don't tend to run. I tend to roll whenever I move. You know, what sort of advice would you give to somebody like me who wants to start running, but maybe I just can't get off my chair? How can somebody really start on this?
Okay, this is really amazing because when SJ Running started, we had a lady over 50 plus with us, and she started running with us, and she had never ever run. She had done walking in lockdown, but the running point was very much next to her house, so there was no excuse for her not to come out. And Sabiha, you know who I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about. I know you're talking about, yeah.
So then it was like, okay, and we started the first week we did 2.5 miles in an hour. So we were running, like we warmed up for 5-10 minutes, and then we did 30 seconds of run, 1 minute, and then we'd actually wait. The beat's there. We need to stop now. We're walking. The beat's gone. And now that lady goes out on her own or with a friend, and she's done 10K twice.
Wow.
So within a whole year, it's just been a progress that she's just kept on going on.
Okay. So basically, what you're saying, the first step is basically what you need to do. Just get that.
Yeah, it's just 30 seconds. When people think about running, they think, oh, I have to go miles and miles without stopping. No, you don't. I have a friend who does 100 miles, and he trains for running for 9 minutes, walking for 1 minute, and then when he gets tired, it's 8 to 2, and then it goes to be, sometimes it could be 5 and 5, but I do finish my races.
I mean,
You know the point here. So
Sorry,
you know the point here is and as MST said in his intro video, you know, which was actually a really powerful story, is you all have to start from somewhere. You know, Momin Sajjad said he couldn't ride a bike, and a lot of us can't run. You know, you all have to start from somewhere. You start small steps and you build very slowly.
Okay. So again, just a quick question on running. I know we're talking a lot about running, but this has really got me curious. Okay. When you think of running, you just think of getting up and one leg in front of the other, right?
No, it's not like that.
It's not like that. So what do we, if I want to go running tomorrow morning, what are the basics that I will need to make sure that my run is enjoyable?
First of all, you make sure that you have eaten earlier on, or just got like have a drink and just start. Good footwear, I would suggest. Yeah, you can't wear gym shoes or something. Good footwear, definitely. And also, you would warm up for 10 minutes, and then you would only do 5 or 6 sections of running, which would be 30 seconds, and then 1 minute break in between. So then you build up on that. And what I find about running is a competition between myself. I'm not competing against anyone. If I can better my time, it's fine. For me, running is social as well, especially with lockdown at the moment. I run with a friend and we chat the whole way through, and you don't realize that's the best way to do it. So you can take a faster, and I think Shafiq is there, so he can. I was going to call you Shafiq because I wasn't sure what to call you.
Oh my God.
I wasn't sure what to call you. So both of you can go together and start it. Just let us know where you are, so we'll come and cheer you on from social distancing.
All right, here you go, guys. Listen, from now on, we're all going to call him Shafiq Uncle until he runs a 5K. Does that sound fair?
No, Said, until he runs a 5K under 30 minutes, because I know this is Shafiq's target.
Yeah, okay.
Well, part 1 is starting on the 5th of June, so there's your chance.
Canterbury Park, Shafiq, no excuses. We'll all be there.
Accept this challenge online.
Yeah, 100%. If not, you're going to be called a Shafiq Uncle for the rest of your life.
Rest of my life.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? Uncle is reserved. That title in SJ is reserved.
Yes, there is only one uncle. Yeah. You could be Uncle G.
Okay. Let's discuss that.
A proper diplomatic answer there. Proper diplomatic, you know. Now, obviously, with Ramzan, I don't know about any of you guys, but with me, number one, I don't like fasting very much, and I'm very open and honest about that. When iftar comes, for me, that's like Eid, I know I like to sit down, I'll eat all the samosas, the pakoras, the parathas, everything,
Can I come to your place for iftar?
100%, bro, 100%. And then after iftar is done, it's just a case of like, oh, man, who wants to go cycling, running, or walking at that point? I'd rather have my cup of karak chai and my biscuit, and just chill. Who would want to go running at that time, honestly?
Where are the biscuits, by the way?
Well, Amjad, we're not asking you to do it before iftar, after iftar. We're asking you to do before iftar. He's run away now.
He's gone for his run. I think he's going for his run himself already. We've already motivated him.
To the kitchen. Yeah.
Whilst he's away and on the biscuit,
I was going to do iftar.
Sabiha, I just want to ask a question. You know, you've been in the game for a long time, okay? And we're talking about the initial. Thank you. We're talking about.
See, I ran
after the program.
After the program.
So I was asking, Sabiha, regarding the initiative that people are taking within the community.
Yeah.
Again, Sakina, mentioned how the whole running started and how Ali mentioned the same thing. Sabiha has been in the game for a long time, and is a seasoned leader. Okay, Sabiha, how do you encourage the team around you to do these kind of initiatives and drive it forward? What's the key element in your strategy?
For me, it's just supporting them. I mean, Sakina came to me with this idea. She said, I want to start this running club. And I said to her, look, what do you need from our side? Do you need the platform to launch it? Do you need suggestions on who to join the team? What do you need? And so we provide them with that platform to really push on. And that's really where it comes from. And kind of just touching on what Sakina said earlier, it's
Have they
Just
gone
the three
off?
of us. I think we've all gone for a run.
We were just totally inspired. We had to go for a run at that
we
point.
had to go for a run. Totally bored.
Sorry.
No, when Sakina kind of founded it back in July, we had, I think, 3 or 4 people who used to join the run every week, and we'd say, how do we do this? How do we do this? And alhamdulillah, today we've got 200 in our club, 200 to 250. And that's incredible. So, and the credit goes to coordinators, really. We just sit there and push them from the back seat and say, you can do this.
Absolutely. And it's quite fascinating, actually, Syed, in terms of the way, the volunteers actually drive the program forward.
Yeah.
So using Abbas' legendary word, embryonic stage. So I guess running is still in its embryonic stage. Imran, when you came into to become the SJ cycling head, you took a sports department that was at an exponential growth rate. Okay, it was a massive buzz after the London to Brighton ride, which I, by the way, did as well. Imran, how do you then manage that growth rate to make sure that you keep the membership engaged at that stage?
I mean, essentially, it all comes down to, at least from my perspective, the community of riders that we've built, and to listen to them, to engage them, to understand them, what the requirements are essentially, and to be able to provide options to cater for every single one of those groups, right? So to give you a perfect example, back in 2019, when we did our London to Brighton ride, we were about 35 of us, and essentially we were just riding, doing training, and pretty much training for that particular sportive. But when it came to last year, we realized that, hold on a second, one, we're growing, and second, people have different appetites. So we made sure that we had the right capabilities and resources available to be able to provide that particular service. So in this case, there would be short rides, there would be long rides, there would be rides for under 16.
Okay, is it just us lot?
Is it just us lot again?
Yeah, I think they've frozen in the studio.
They've frozen in their studio. Oh dear, it's down to us lot to keep the conversation going.
So when did you start running in Ramadan, Ali?
When did I start running in Ramadan?
Yeah, because we started 3 years ago, so I don't know about you.
I started 2 years ago, again with Arif's support, because initially when I had, sorry Imran, you're back. Go ahead.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, sorry, what you guys were talking?
No, you go ahead, please.
No. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so it's pretty much understanding our user base and providing the options to them, and it's really fascinating to see how the membership react and reciprocate to what we do, not only as consumers of the services that we provide, but actually contributing and volunteering to do more and over and beyond our remit. So it's really good to see. It's literally like I think similar to what you have seen in running. We've almost become a community within a community, and everyone enjoys the social side of it as well as the competitive side. So alhamdulillah.
Of course, and that social side is just as important as well, because yes, there's a physical side of it as well, but at the end of the day, we are a community, and we all love that social side. Getting together, seeing our family and our friends and our loved ones, and spending time. And as Sakina said, sometimes I find when you go for a run with a friend, the time just goes like that. You don't even know where it goes, and you're like, oh my God, we're back home. Time to go home now. It goes so quickly.
Especially with the lockdown, I found that when the route was running with one person, it was nicer that you could see somebody else apart from the people in your house.
Yeah, and I guess during those early, I guess this time last year, it was quite intense, and it was great that we were with our family. But everyone needs that bit of outlet, don't they?
Yeah, and the fact that we had the option of this, at least these two sports running, I think people were really looking forward to it up until a few months ago when the whole city, whole continent into lockdown. But yeah, I mean, there's similar to our sports, both of our sports, people are buzzing to get started again, hopefully by end of this month.
Inshallah.
Yeah, I think what really got me was through the winter months, both SJ cycling and SJ running. It's really got people through these winter months. So we had in January we had ladies walking out in the snow, and I would never have expected that. So to get people out and get some fresh air during winter has been really important. So yeah, credit to you guys for that.
But I think it's our obligation to do things like that. Because let's be honest, when the country went into lockdown in December, everyone was thinking, these are hard months. Winter's already hard enough as it is, and I just think it's our natural obligation to try and help and support our community in whatever way we can.
Absolutely, and I think up until now we've undermined the effects of mental health, and I think the last 12 months have shown how critical that is. Being cooped up in your house for so many days, whatever. Hardly going out anywhere. You can't even go out. So having that outlet where you can just go out, do your sport for the sake of sport, but at the same time socialize a little bit within the guidelines. I think that helped a lot.
And I think being part of it as a community, sorry
to interrupt, but there's a question.
There is a question, and I don't know whether it's been asked whilst we were away on a chai break.
You went for a run, let's be honest. That's the fastest run in the world.
It was
Let's just do the 30 seconds, coming back for 5 minutes and going for 30 seconds again, Ali.
Exactly.
But you know what? Credit to them. At least they're starting from somewhere. That's the main thing. You got to start from somewhere, right?
From here to the kitchen and back.
Imagine the kind of inspiration that comes out from this room, right?
Absolutely.
Ali, I know you're an early riser. Okay, we have our meetings at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier, right? And I know you go out for a walk sometimes at 6:30 in the morning. What would you say, and what would Sakina say, is the best time to go out to run? Any advice on that? And even equally for cycling, really, Imran.
So just really quickly on that point, I would say it's a personal choice. So for me, the morning is the best time, primarily because when I took up running, I did make a commitment, and this is going to sound quite funny in a strange way. I made a commitment that I wouldn't let it impact my family's life. So that's why
I did, Ali. I just got my hubby to join me, so we go out together now. That's what you need to do.
That's smart.
Yeah, that is very smart.
So for me personally, it's the morning thing. But I would say, there's no right or wrong answer for this. The only thing I would say is that, try and avoid going for a run-in after any meals. At least leave a 2-3 hour gap before you decide to go out for a run.
Absolutely. Imran, how about you? What's the best time?
Could you repeat the question for me, please?
So the question here is...
The time for cycling?
Sorry, the time for cycling. Is there any particular time that is especially good to go out for a ride, or is it really a personal choice?
I mean, any time's a good time to cycle. Literally, whether it's summer, winter, night or day. You just gotta, obviously, because when you're cycling on the road, so you just gotta be careful at any given point in time. But any time's good.
Okay, no, absolutely. In terms of the event itself now, okay, is there a buzz going out there at the moment since the launch of the campaign? Can we see any preparation? Are people talking about it? Because the reason I'm asking is, at home now, Strava has become a household name.
Yeah.
Kudos. Whenever someone gets kudos, my son gets excited. Mo Lada gave me a kudos.
Mo
Dad,
Lados,
how many
kudos
kudos
are like
I've got
gold.
kudos for you? So can you sense the buzz, 4 or 5 weeks before Ramadan? Sabiha.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we since that very first video went out, we can really see people engaged, people signing up. We've got a current challenge running right now, and it really dovetails nicely into Ramadan and the Ramadan Relief campaign, and to keep encouraging people to go out. Normally, Ramadan is a time when you're low in physical activity, so really we've seen people really thriving on and looking forward to going out in Ramadan.
Absolutely. Ali, of course, we've been talking about the activities that we are going to undergo and the preparations that we're making. But at the same time, just going back slightly to the Ramadan relief aspect of the program that we are working towards, how does it feel? I know it's a difficult question to answer. It's very vague in that sense. But the fact that you are running and you're preparing for your physical activity, but knowing that at the same time, the steps that you're taking, the amount of miles that you're clocking, that is contributing towards supporting people here in the UK. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts around that, Ali, in terms of the project that we've chosen to contribute towards?
I mean, I think Ramadan Relief is fantastic because not only are you benefiting and helping yourself and your family as well, but you're helping others as well. And in terms of the specific projects that this year the Stanmore Jaffrey is partnering with WF-AID and the Al Mizan Charitable Trust to support poverty in the UK. And I think it's absolutely brilliant initiative to be supporting. Because, I think for far too long, we've thought of poverty as something that doesn't happen in our own doorsteps. And over the last, 3, 4, 5 years, there's been a bigger movement to kind of, I suppose, shine a lens on that side and talk about it. And actually, there are people in our community who do need help with these type of things. So absolutely fantastic project to be supporting, as well as obviously benefiting your own physical health as well.
Yeah. Sakina, your thoughts on the same point?
You see, I work in a school and I didn't realize in Stanmore, so you would not think it's at your doorstep, the poverty. But from the first lockdown, we found out the parents were coming to school and asking you, can we have some food? Because we haven't got anything for the kids at home. And that made me realize that it is hitting home a lot more closer than what I thought.
Absolutely. Because traditionally, I guess, and historically, when we hear about charity, it's always been abroad, internationally, in those countries, but it's never been on the home ground.
I mean, it is absolutely amazing that 1.5 million people go hungry here.
Yeah.
I mean, if we look at the food drive that Hujjat ran last year about delivering food, the need was great. And these are people that we stand next to when we pray at mosque, and we wouldn't know, because we've been brought up in a society and a culture that we don't say, listen, mate, we are hungry, can you please give us food? We don't do that, right? So people would rather go hungry than actually say, give us help. But it's up to us here to look at the projects that are close by. So, a big well done, for sourcing this project and the amazing initiative. And I think what Ali said as well, the fact that not only are we helping people, but we're also helping ourselves, because let's not forget, charity begins where? At home. And the best charity that you can do for yourself is keep yourself healthy for your kids.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
And we are basically hitting two birds with one stone here, which is brilliant. If you are healthy, you can do more for those people that need it.
Yeah.
So I guess one thing that I want to ask every single person out there right now, okay, and seriously, ask yourself this question: what are you going to do this Ramzan to help achieve those 100,000 active minutes? What can you do? I mean, just have a think about that for a minute. Are you going to do it on your own? Are you going to do it with a friend? Are you going to do it with your wife? Or are you going to do it as a family? Now, I'll be honest with you, okay? And I think everyone knows this about me, right? Okay. When it comes to challenges, right? Okay, I'm like, yeah, it's all good. Push everyone forward, and then I just slowly slide back.
You did during the break.
Like I did during the break, and Ramzan Relief and all the other ones, our last year, right? But what I love about this year's campaign is that it's very family orientated.
Yeah.
So straight away, I've signed myself up, my wife up, and all my kids as well.
Fantastic.
And I'm truly excited about, like, just going for a walk, a simple hour's walk every single day with them.
And you promised me that you're going to walk to the office as well in the morning after dropping kids to school.
Okay, I want to make this official. I hate this man so much. He's got me into so much trouble. Okay, he has now decided, because we live near each other, and our kids go to the same school. He's decided
And
we work like in the same building as well. We should get married.
I don't know.
He has basically decided that every single day he's going to walk from home, okay, go to drop the kids off to school, and then walk to work.
Did we lose him?
Yeah, and he's got me to do the same thing now. And I can't believe I'm agreeing with it. From next week, I'm going to start walking in. I don't believe this.
Can I say something about that, Syed? And that's the beauty of this campaign, and that's the beauty of community, is that ripple effect you just talked about. So Shafiq has made a positive change, and that's had an impact on you. And that's the absolute beautiful thing, is if sometimes not only are you benefiting yourself, but you don't realize that somebody else in your family will look around and go, oh, hey, I didn't know that person goes for a walk or goes for a run or goes for a cycle or does that physical activity. I'm going to give that a go. So it has that ripple effect. So if we all get involved, we all benefit everyone else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
MJ, can I just ask one thing? Have you got your Strava downloaded?
Yeah, I actually do. I actually do have it downloaded. In fact, when we were filming the how-to video, and by the way, guys, if you want to know exactly how to register, Arif has done a brilliant video which he nearly had a heart attack in twice. Make sure you watch that, yeah? But yeah, so when we were filming the how-to video, Arif wanted to use my phone to do the video on, but I couldn't give it to him because I forgot what my username and password was. So if I log myself out, I wouldn't be able to log back in. And all the kudos points that I had, I'd have lost, But yeah, it's already downloaded, 100%. I love it. I absolutely love it. Listen, we've had a quick question come in. Somebody's private messaged me, okay? The question is, can I do multiple activities in one day, and will it still count? For example, if I do a cycle before iftar and a walk after, will they both count towards my active minutes?
Yes, you can do a run before iftar, a cycle, and a walk. Everything will be counted. It's your active minutes that will be counted.
Okay, it's the actual minutes. So yes, you can. Fantastic.
Yeah.
One more question has come up, okay, and I think this is a really good one. Is there a minimum age required to sign up?
No, there's no minimum age. You can sign up from as young as we've got kind of 5, 6-year-olds going out with parents with going out with their parents for walks, or all the way up to 80. There's no minimum age. We leave it up to the parents to decide.
That's brilliant.
So just on that age, sorry, go for it. Go for it.
That's the beauty of this as well. Is that bring your kids. Start developing those habits from a young age. I suppose one of the regrets I had is I got into running maybe a little bit too late, actually, and I wish I'd done it from a much younger age. But bring your kids along. Get them to get the uncles, the grandparents out as well, and make it a family affair.
Yeah,
that's nice.
So just on that point, we've been talking about the younger one and getting them into the game early on. Imran, you got a few, not elderly, but people who are not the youngest ones, but they're still active in the cycling group. Just want to understand a bit more. How can we engage the seniors community a bit more? Because that's something that we haven't. Don't get me wrong, they're really active, okay? But how can we get them engaged and involved in this particular program during Ramadan? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was a very difficult question.
It was a difficult question. Well, okay.
It was a difficult question.
I'll ask Sakina, maybe what Sakina's thoughts.
Okay, so for us, it is just getting them to walk. Just go out for 5 minutes walk. The January challenge was all about doing daily activity for 10 minutes. We want to build up habits which become normal for them to do it after Ramadan as well. So if you have like a habit of going out for a walk every day, you just make a habit 3 times a week. I'll do it and promise yourself. And then sometimes what helps is that if you write in the group, this is my aim for this month, that I want to come out for at least 3 times a week. And I find once you vocalize it to other people, you're more likely to say, I need to do it.
Yeah, because I think it's important, unfortunately, I guess the seniors to a certain extent have become too WhatsApp recently, forwarding messages and all that. And we need to get them out more, I guess. Yeah.
100%.
Again, I'm not saying that they're logging out, they're not active, but I think we need to encourage that a bit more. So for example, I told my mom. Yeah.
Sorry, Sabiha would correct me if I'm wrong. Sabiha, what is our oldest one on the March challenge? Who is our oldest lady? How old is she?
She's a lady in her 70s, I think. She's a grandmother, and she used to walk. I remember she used to walk. She got up to 10K by the end of January, and it's just wonderful, like how she would keep us updated every day, saying today I did, this many steps, and then by the end of the month, she was up at 10K. It was incredible, and that can really show, that whatever age you are, you can do it.
And you start small, basically.
Yeah, so she started kind of half a kilometer on the first day and just built up like that. And I think when you're part of a community group, that encouragement that you kind of feed off of each other is the power of that is incredible. And we've seen that in SJ.
I would really I'm a firm believer of stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these kind of things are sometimes forgotten or they're not highlighted enough. And I think what we need to do from SJ side is maybe highlight those kind of stories even more. And I'm particularly keen on the senior side because, just before lockdown, there was a massive growth in the seniors activities, both on the gents side and the ladies side. And unfortunately, due to the circumstances, of course, they've been active in their own pockets. But I think maybe we need to just create that momentum again somehow. Okay. Yeah. And from the sports department side, from the leadership side, etc. So that's something that we need to focus on during this Ramadan. In particular.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think even though we're called SJ running, I mean, just walking however much you can join in, be part of our club. It doesn't just because it says SJ running doesn't mean you've got to run miles and miles. So I would encourage any seniors watching to definitely get involved.
I would say, Sabiha, it's almost SJ running, SJ walking, SJ jogging. It's a bit of everything, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another question that's just coming to me privately. What is the best food to be eating to take part in this Ramadan relief campaign?
The best food.
Okay, I put my hands up. I'm a Dar Islami. I need my fried food.
And again, those frying. Let's do it.
Yeah, I need to have my bitings. And I'm the fussiest one in the house with food. So so I need to have that. But obviously, if you're running and cycling a lot, I would advise you to drink a lot of coconut water, have watermelon and salads and stuff like that with your food as well. That will help you rehydrate throughout the day.
I just also add, we're known to love our food, right? And, I wouldn't necessarily recommend depriving yourself of some of the, the good foods that we have, the fried foods and stuff, but maintain a good balance of, don't exaggerate too much. And as long as you eat well and you be active as well at the same time, so the net effect literally becomes zero. So, treat yourself, but only treat yourself after walking, running, cycling, or whatever activity that you're getting into.
Yeah, can I just add to that as well? I mean, it's a bit of like the carrot and the stick approach, right? At the end of the day, we all need to have something that drives us to get us out the door. And as Imran has just eloquently put it, it's about that balance. As long as you're maintaining that balance, I think if you go too extreme, yes, you might be able to do it for 2-3 weeks, but it won't become a habit thing. It will just drop away after the 4th and 5th week, really. So it's just about striking that balance.
One thing, Syed, the whole program started locally.
Yeah.
And then last year we saw this international expansion.
Yeah.
Imran and Sabiha, I hear we're getting participation from Africa and from America, even for our monthly challenges. How do you guys manage to reach out to these people? Sabiha?
So you know how ladies like to have big WhatsApp groups where there's loads of forwards. So it's just been an explosion. I think one person found out. We reach out to kind of the sports heads within the individual Jamaats, and they kind of spread the message. But when family members get involved from different countries, it really spirals across the world. I mean, this month we've got like people in Switzerland. I didn't even know there were people in Switzerland that would be taking part. Arusha. The only one we haven't got, I think, Shafiq, is Sweden. So I think you need to rustle up some participation from Sweden.
Well, we've got the biggest representative right here, you know.
Don't worry,
Some
I'll
ladies. Yeah, but really word of mouth's been great. The Jamaats have been really cooperative around the world and, you know, spreading this message. And at the end of the day, we are one community. So it's great that despite being so far away, it feels like one community.
Okay, so guys, here's another question for you. Okay, obviously Ramzan Relief here. We're doing this campaign, 100,000 active minutes. All right. Now, as a club, are we likely to do, obviously with COVID restrictions and everything, what are the plans for us guys moving forward to do group activities in terms of getting prepared, or even during Ramzan? What's the plan?
All right, I'll go. So
first,
we
Imran.
have. All right, thank you. So the good thing is, especially for folks in the UK, the restrictions are easing slightly at the end of this month. So technically, we'll have about 2 weeks where we can restart cycling activities. So we will be holding some group rides, probably 2 or 3 max, just before Ramadan starts, and then we're planning to continue providing the group ride option both while fasted and after iftar throughout the month.
So just on the running side, similar to Imran as well. So we will look to commence our group running for 2 weeks in the run up to Ramadan. The only thing that we're slightly different from cycling is that we have determined that the best time to go for a run is just before iftar as well. But we also recognize that our spiritual aspect, our ibadah in Ramadan always comes first as well, and that clashes with the mosque program. So on the group running side, we won't have many activities just because the timing doesn't allow. But if an individual wants to go for their run and, you know, they want to put on their du'as and their Quran in their head and do it themselves, then that's absolutely fine. But from a group perspective, we'll then recommence after Ramadan.
Actually, Ali, just on that note, you know, you mentioned something there. Whilst you're out walking, maybe you can listen to your Quran at the same time.
Yep, you could do, definitely, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I think Sakina's got some great headphones that she's recommended. Sakina's got some great headphones she's recommended that you can hear the traffic and listen to your du'as at the same time. And I definitely take her up on that.
As a lady, I'm always conscious about the environment around me. So we've got bond conductors, and if you haven't got their bond conductors, just put one earphone in. Even as a man, it's important to know the traffic around you, so you know what is going around you. Just put one earphone in if possible.
Yeah.
And that's a really good point, especially when it comes to cycling as well, because you're riding on the road and you've got to be really wary of the traffic around as well. So yeah, +1 on the bone conductor headphones.
It's not, but just I just used to put one earpiece on, and I knew that I could still hear people around me and the roads and everything.
So what about running, okay, at night time? I mean, like I've this morning, in fact, last night when I was leaving the studio, I saw this guy, right, with this sort of like strap. So he had like this light in front of him, and this red light behind him.
Running.
Running, and he was running with those lights.
Really?
And I could see him on the footpath. It was quite cool. He looked a bit like RoboCop, you know. But do you suggest that if you are going running after iftar, in the dark, that you take some sort of light source with you?
Yeah, so if you decide to go for a run after iftar, then I would say at least wait a few hours before you decide to go. And then if you do, I often have a headlamp, or as you just said, Sayed, you get these light jackets as well, and you get, or if you've got some kit on, it's good to have reflective material on the hands and on the legs, because if you think about it, when you're doing that action and you're running, that's the bit that the driver or the person that will see you will look out for. And someone once actually said to me is that in terms of night running, always better to look like a Christmas tree just for your own safety.
Oh, well, Ali, listen, with
So
you smiling
actually-
like this, you look bright anyway. So keep smiling.
So say, how about this? We do a competition. Who's going to be the best running Christmas tree?
Perfect.
Isn't it?
Take a selfie,
Yeah.
send it to us, okay? And then we will select a winner. And what's the prize?
We'll think about it.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, Ali will stand in front of you and smile. That's absolutely brilliant. So, guys, mashallah, we're sort of coming up to an hour, and it
Yeah.
doesn't actually feel like it's an
No,
hour, you know,
absolutely.
mashallah. And I'm sure that people have got other things to do as well. So, what I want to ask each and every one of you, Shafiq, we're going to start off with you first.
Thank you
because
very much.
You're the closest bakra that I have to me right
But
now.
I normally have the privilege to go last.
Yes.
So
I'm
not this time.
I'm running the show.
You're in charge.
I'm in
Ah,
charge.
okay,
This
sorry.
is my show. Yes. So, obviously, okay. Intro, what can people do?
So I think first of all, and most importantly, I think participation. Okay, each and every one of us, we need to make a commitment today. If we haven't done that already, that we are going to take part in this particular program this Ramadan. I think that is one pledge that all of us need to make, and that's how we can help. So that's my my request to the community.
Sabiha, what would you tell people? How can they get involved and help?
Just sign up and take the first steps. You know, even if you go out for one walk of 1K a day, it's more than nothing. And at the same time, just think about the number of families and beneficiaries that you're helping out, and also the community spirit that this challenge generates. So yeah.
Excellent. And Ali, what are your thoughts?
Similar to what everyone else has said, I would say that the hardest step that is right now is signing up to that registration form, because once you have signed up and undertaken that registration form and signed up to the challenge, you will be part of the community, and everyone will just push you along. So that's the hardest thing to do. Once you've done that, everything else will be easy.
Brilliant. And Sakina,
I would say be a role model to the people around you, especially your kids, because we tend to think Ramadan is where I'll give up, I'll hang up my running shoes for a month and I'll start afterwards. But you're showing them Ramadan doesn't stop anything. You still carry on. Obviously slower than normal.
yeah, I love that point. Be a role model to the kids.
Absolutely.
Because again, this just takes me back to Majlis I heard, yeah. When Malana said there are two types of parents, a do as I say parent and a do as I do parent.
Right.
So be a do as I do parent, because that's basically where the kids will
Okay.
learn from. So if you're out there running, cycling, walking, your kids will do that as well, and they're gonna have a healthy life.
So Sakina's just summarized a majlis in one sentence.
Yeah, 100%, man. You know what? I'm doing your technique, Sakina. Done.
I'll tell you a funny story, which is really funny, that I was in a race 2 years back in Paribas, and they were planting some trees down the road where we were running. And I was obviously the only hijabi on the run. A small boy shouts out, "Go Muslim, go Muslim." And I turned around and waved to him, and I think the mom was embarrassed because it was obviously like she thought, "Oh my God, what's my son doing?" And she goes, "Oh, there's a Muslim woman running. I'm cheering her on." I didn't know the boy or anything, but then my race really matters. That's one of the things that made me think about running, that they don't see enough role models out on the road sometimes.
Yeah, very true. Before Imran, before we come on to you, there's another question that's just come up.
Yeah.
How do our active minutes aid the people who don't have enough for food?
I'll take that one. So I think the best way to describe it is, you may want to set yourself a challenge, or you may want to set yourself a family a challenge, and you may say, you know, my children this Ramadan are going to go for a 30-minute walk every single day. Sponsor them, please, and that's how they can support the food initiative as well. So there you combine, you know, you're setting your kids a challenge, but also raising some money for a fantastic cause.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant idea. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love
Fantastic.
it. Yeah. And Mr. Ironlegs, what would you say to everyone watching, brother?
So, you know, it's been long that we know Ramadan is a month of spiritual upliftment, to get better ourselves from a spiritual perspective. But let's try, and it's equally important that we look after our mental and physical well-being, right? Not just ourselves, our family, our friends as well. So what I would say is, take that first step, like everyone else has said. At the end of the day, it's mind over matter. This is something, this is a kind of a golden quote that Jay Sharistani, shout out to you, that he kept on telling me, and he still keeps on, telling the whole group. It's all about mind over matter. Take the first step, and this is personal experience. Last year, if you were to ask me, up until 2019, would you ever do anything in Ramadan? I was like, hell no. I would just sit at home. I'm fasting. Give me a break. But when I did my first activity last year in Ramadan, it was just mind blowing. The energy that you get out of nowhere, and with the right intention and the right focus, you can do anything. You can walk, you can run, you can cycle, you can do whatever you put your mind to. So take that step, build your good habits this month, and inshallah, we're all here to support you in your journey, and we're all in it together. Let's work as a community to for the betterment of our future.
So I'll take the last word.
Bismillah.
Before your last word.
Sure.
And I think one of the most important things that we can do, which is encouraging people, is sharing your stories. Okay, the fact that we got a extremely powerful social media setup, both on the ladies and the gents side, we can convey stories across the community, across borders. Okay, so I think don't be shy, don't be afraid. No initiative is too small. Share the story. It can be funny, it can be encouraging, it can be a source of motivation. So I think keep on doing that up to Ramadan, but in particular during Ramadan, because for me personally, I think the banters that we had during in the March challenge.
Yeah.
Sorry, was it February challenge? Which one are we in?
We're in March.
We're in March.
Yeah.
It was the February challenge.
Yeah.
I think it encouraged each and every one. So I think continue doing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And guys, honestly, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Just seeing in the last couple of weeks since we launched, the amount of people that are really gearing up to this, the amount of donations that we've had is brilliant. And people always say to you one of two things. Well, one thing in Ramzan, donate. You know what? It doesn't matter. Okay, donation is a byproduct. What we're saying to you is get active. Because when you are active, when you are healthy, you can do so much more for you, for your family, for your loved ones, for humanity. And as a Muslim, as a lover and a believer of Ali, surely we need to focus on our health to make sure that we are fit. So when we do go to do Mata, we're not getting out of breath, right? So guys, and also think about it this way, right? Okay, if you're healthy, you can have a double helping of biryani at mosque and double helping of chai. How much better is that?
Yeah.
That's motivation for me, man, to get healthy. More food, well, obviously within limits, right?
Yeah.
But whatever you do, whether it's one step, whether it's 10 steps, whether it's 1 minute, whether it's an hour, that you can dedicate and donate, not only is it helping somebody else, but more so, it's helping you. Help yourself. Make this happen. And let's us as a community be so active, inshallah, by the end of Ramadan, okay, that we will be faster than Ali. We will be faster than Ali. Imran, faster than Sabiha, faster than Sakina. Let's really, really push ourselves up. Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyone want to say anything else before I hit the
MJ, just one last thing.
Yes.
I just want to give a massive shout out to the to the group behind us who are supporting us, who are helping us. We have it's not just us four, right, running this. We have a group of 10, 12 people behind the scenes, and I think massive credit goes to them because they've been doing the actual heavy lifting. So just wanted to put that out there.
Absolutely.
100%. Without a doubt. Guys, thank you so much. And before we do go, if you've enjoyed this live stream, okay, then just leave a comment down below. Let us know whether you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more of it, then let me know. Inshallah, we'll definitely do more of that. This is mine.
Oh, we're still alive.
Yeah, we're still live.
Oh, sorry.
We're still live. That's why.
Sorry.
You see that?
Oh, by the way, sorry.
Oh, do you want something, Imran? Look.
No. I was just going to say to the viewers, right, this is not the end of it. This is not the end of MJ. You're going to see MJ, regularly going forward. A lot more. Yeah, that's it.
Please, Marv,
I
man.
feel for
We
you
want
guys.
people to participate, not push them away. Yeah. So less of me, the better, you know. But no, honestly, thank you so much. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, like and follow on Facebook as well, because even by you giving a simple like and a share to a post that we're putting out, it helps us reach more and more people, allowing us to help. So you know what? Even if you don't want to do anything else, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share button. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful Friday evening, and inshallah, we'll see you soon.
And God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.